Good afternoon, Miss Murrah.
Good afternoon.
I'm Dr. Brovchich. How may I help you today?
Well, I've recently become sexually active, and I'm trying to figure out what form of birth control might be best for me. I was wondering if you could tell me a little more about the least effective and most effective methods to help me make a good choice.
Well, there are many forms of birth control, but let's start off with the three least effective forms according to PlannedParenthood.org. Now, these include spermicide, the withdrawal method, and fertility awareness method. Each one of these methods have about a 25% chance of not preventing pregnancy.
Well, could you tell me a little more about the spermicide issue? It seems like a lot of people use that and it works for them.
Well, the truth about spermicide is that when it's used with other forms of birth control, such as a condom or a diaphragm, it can be very effective. But when it's used alone, many people don't use it correctly, and that leads to the spermicide not forming a strong enough bond around the cervix and not preventing sperm from getting through. Also, with spermicide, it can lead to vaginal irritation, which can put you at more risk for contracting STDs such as HIV.
I guess that does make sense. What about the withdrawal method? That just seems like such an easy option. Can you tell me what makes that not effective?
Well, really and truly, that's probably the male's fault. The withdrawal method requires a very sexually experienced male that has great sexual awareness of his body. He has to know when to withdraw his penis at the correct moment just before ejaculation. He also has to make sure that he does not get any semen in or around the vulva. But there's a chance that you can also get pregnant from pre-ejaculant alone.
Wow, I never realized there was so much to that. I can see how that could be risky. What about the fertility awareness method? That's just keeping up with what days you're fertile and what days you're not, and avoiding intercourse on your fertile days. What could go wrong with that?
Well, keeping up with the days that you're not fertile and that you're fertile can actually be more difficult than you think. So the main risk in that is not keeping track of the days correctly and having intercourse on days that you're actually fertile. Now, there's also a chance that you can get pregnant on days that on non-fertile days. But this method also requires a partner who is willing to either not have sex on your fertile days or use other forms of birth control on your fertile days.
That does sound harder than I thought. Thanks for all your help. I think I've really got a better idea of what types of birth control might be best for me.
Well, if you have any more questions, you can go to PlannedParenthood.org rather, or you can just give us a call up here at the office. I'm glad that I could be of some assistance to you. And the most important thing to remember about birth control is that you need to know the risk and the benefits for each one, and you have to decide on which one you may be comfortable using. So, like I said earlier, if you have any more questions, PlannedParenthood.org, or just give us a call here at the office.
Well, thanks so much.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
You too.